Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Smith with Remax Executive, and I'm here with my preferred lender partner, Jim Conway with Primary Residential Mortgage. I want to introduce you to Jim and let him tell you a little bit about what he does.
Thanks, Jeff. My name is Jim Conway. I work for Primary Residential Mortgage. I've been in the business about 18 years. I'm here to kind of just go over the current environment of what's going on with mortgages, how it could impact buyers and sellers, and kind of where we see the market and what's going to be happening in the next 6 to 12 months. So, Jeff, with that being said, I think you have a couple questions that you'd like me to potentially answer.
Yeah, let's start with number one, Jim. So if I'm a buyer, what are the opportunities available right now for me?
The world is your oyster if you're a buyer right now. I mean, I would be giving high fives to any buyer that's coming in the door to look to potentially get pre-approved. The reason being is that rates are at an all-time low right now. Rates as low as 2.25% to 2.5% on a 15-year, 2.75% to 3% on a 30-year. And there's a lot of different loan programs out there. You got your FHA buyers, you got your conventional programs, you have your VA or veteran home loans programs that are out there. So obviously, we're going to sit down and talk to the buyer to determine what we potentially can do for them. The opportunities, again, with the rates being as low as they are, they're going to potentially get a lower payment, and that's something that everybody likes. Additionally, the Maryland Mortgage Program offers of a wide variety of different programs where they actually give 0% loans for down payment assistance. That money does have to be paid back when they sell or refinance their house. There's true grants through the state of Maryland where that money does not have to be paid back. And the creme of the creme programs out there is the Smart Buy 2 program. The Smart Buy 2 program is geared for somebody with student loan debt that can actually be paid off when they buy a home. As long as they're in that house for 5 years, that is a forgivable loan that pays off their student loans up to $30,000. So again, as a buyer, you have a bunch of different programs out there that they can take advantage of, and whether they be first-time home buyers or step-up buyers, what have you. So
that's great news for buyers, Jim, with all-time interest rates being at their lowest they've been in quite some time. So switching gears, if I'm a seller, what does the current market mean for me today?
Again, if I was a seller, I'd be giving my wife a high five right now, because right now rates, with rates being low, the market right now is a demanding seller's market right now. You're more than likely going to have multiple offers on your home, sometimes over asking price, and you can get with your real estate professional and talk to them about the different offers that are on the table. When the agent is presenting the offer to the seller, they're going to look at what type of loan program it is. They're going to look at the down payment money. They're going to look at the closing time, and they're even going to look at the mortgage company that gave the pre-approval. So with a wide variety of offers, with multiple offer situations, it's a great time to be a seller, because you can pick and choose what you believe to be the strongest offer for you. And of course, your real estate professional will help you make that decision by giving their guidance on what they're seeing as well.
That's right, and that's why we go with you, Jim. So what do you expect to see happen over the next 90 days?
In reference to the mortgage industry, we are just trying to catch up right now. We are slammed 400% or 500% capacity. With that being said, I feel that the market and the rates are going to remain the same, or, kind of hovering where we've been for the last couple months. The federal government, in the very beginning, when they introduced in March that they were going to pump money into the bond market, over $400 billion $400 million, into the bond market. That is geared to keep mortgage rates low. They feel that there is about $7 trillion of mortgages starting back in March that can benefit from refinancing, as well as the people that are out there buying homes right now. So we really feel that rates are going to continue like this through the new year.
That's good news, because this, the way we're going today, we need a kickstart. So anyway, speaking of how things are in the market today, a lot of people have put their homes in forbearance. So do you have any perspective or insight on how to share how homeowners in forbearance may impact the market in the next 6 to 9 months?
Well, I believe with this market, the forbearance program is there to help homeowners in a period of 3 to 6 to 12 months to kind of, put their mortgage on pause. the forbearance programs have been around forever. And now with current market conditions, they're a little bit more popular. And, it's great for those people that have maybe a pause in their pay because of the profession they're in to take advantage of these programs. They do want to try to, work out and talk to their lender to find out how their repayment is going to be required, because this is just a pause. It's not something that's going to be forgiven. So they have to figure out, is that money all due at once? Are they going to take the money owed, divide that by 12 months, and they add that to their current mortgage payment when they get back on their feet? Or is that money going to just be shifted or pushed to the back of their mortgage? But they definitely want to reach out to their current lenders to discuss the different options. The forbearance, though, just because you put your house in forbearance doesn't mean that, if you're trying to buy or refi in the future, doesn't mean you cannot. In fact, you actually will be able to, as long as you at least made 3 payments since coming out of the forbearance. How I feel it may impact the market later on, when 9 to 12 months from now, you may see something similar to what we saw in the housing crisis, in 08, 09, 2010, where there might be a surplus of homes going through the short sale or foreclosure process. I hope that the government entities out there will, work something out to help those homeowners that have been affected by the current market conditions. But, that's kind of, what I feel is going to happen in the 9 to 12 month range.
Right, and nobody wants to see anybody lose their home over
Absolutely not.
the current market conditions. So what do you think that we're going to expect to see in the whole real estate market over the next 6 to 12 months? Being that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but being that, these things are in forbearance and they're not going to, it's not quite the same as 2008 because we don't have nowhere near as much bad debt as what we had back then. But that being said, what do you think is going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months in the real estate market as a whole?
Jeff, you made a good point. We're definitely not back in 08, 09, but, we got to come to the reality that unfortunately there will be some people that lose their homes and stuff. And, I do feel that, in the next 6 to 12 months, I think we're going to remain strong in 2020 into in a seller's market. I do believe, though, in next summertime, and again, I use May to kind of, August type of range, that, we may have a little bit cooling down of the market that potentially is going to, again, kind of bring things back to normalcy. Because right now we're in a market that, this kind of reminds me of 03, 04, 05, when, people were outside, you're getting top dollar for your home. It was a real seller's market, but this is 5 times as busier as it was back then. So, I just think that, we're going to need to get back to some normalcy or normalness. And I think that we're going to potentially get that probably next year at some point.
Right. Well, we went over our numbers this month, and we have seen a pretty good jump in sales, and we have seen a pretty good jump in pendings. So let's all hope that we can get back to normal and things will work themselves out, and we'll all be able to profit from sellers and buyers. And I just want to let everyone know that, Jim's my go-to guy. And if you have any questions or anything, I will have a link right directly to Jim. Feel free to call him and get with him at any time, and be more than happy to help anyone. So thanks. I want to say thank you to everyone for watching. And I hope these things help give a little clarity in what's going on in the market today. And I especially want to thank Jim for his time today. I know it's a very busy market, and I want to thank you for taking time and talking to us and giving us some enlightenment in what's going on.
Jeff, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much. And, to sum up everything, guys, you're definitely in a buyers should take advantage of low rates. And if you're selling, it's a great time to sell. So, Jeff, thanks for having me on your show today.
Thanks, Jim. And you have a good day.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.